We're going to have ourselves a nice start to the afternoon, especially if you're East River. To the west, it is going to get rather hot with high temperatures around 90. To the east, cooler, but a better chance for scattered thunderstorms, some of which could become strong to severe. We'll have to stay weather aware at least through the evening and into the first part of your night as well. Speaking of which, with the night, lows in the low to mid 60s, so not as comfortable as previous nights. We'll talk about the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up, but until then, midday in KELOLAND starts right now.
Live from KELOLAND Media Group, midday in KELOLAND.
South Dakota revealed to be one of the best states to win the Powerball jackpot. Details ahead. Plus,
former President Trump is the target of another Justice Department investigation. I'm Cristian Benavides in Fort Pierce, Florida, where the first pre-trial hearing in the classified documents case is taking place.
Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. If you encountered a slight traffic problem last night on Louise Avenue near 53rd Street, that's because Sioux Falls police were attempting to arrest a 21-year-old man wanted for aggravated assault. Tony Jerome Durow allegedly entered a convenience store with a knife and threatened the clerk. He didn't attempt to take anything before leaving. Police believe this wasn't a robbery. Officers ultimately found him walking down Louise Avenue but encountered some issues when he wouldn't get out of the roadway. He was arrested for aggravated assault, resisting arrest, obstruction, and disorderly conduct. A 57-year-old inmate is reported to have died at the South Dakota State Penitentiary. Frank Ashley died yesterday, according to reports from the Department of Corrections. Ashley was serving a prison sentence for aggravated incest, sexual contact with a child under the age of 16, and for third and fourth degree rape in Pennington County. Ashley is the fourth DOC inmate to die in 2023 and the third this month. Turning now to weather, pretty mild comparatively today, but Adam, before too long, we're going to see some real heat, aren't we?
Yeah, the dog days of summer are going to really be in full force next week. Not necessarily this week. It'll be a little more seasonable as we head through the rest of this work week. We'll start with a view out west where we have seen improvement in the skies above. This is the best view we've had from our Rapid City camera in several days. There is still a little bit of smoke there in the atmosphere out in the distance, but still, progress is progress. 81 in Pennington County with a light and variable breeze in place. Clouds have been billowing up, though. We've seen a couple of showers pop up toward Perkins County. We'll get to that in just a moment. Meanwhile, downtown, 77 at the airport with a view to the northeast. There's the 10th Street overpass there. South wind at 14 miles per hour, so a bit of a warm breeze. 71 for Worthington as well as Chamberlain, 75 in Huron, 76 Aberdeen, 78 in the capital, 77 in Spearfish, 80 in Custer, even up toward Buffalo, we're sitting at 83. Dew points are still tolerable, especially near and east of the James River, where we have dew points in the mid to upper 50s. Out west, however, it's a little humid, where we have dew points in the mid to upper 60s. So there is that divide along the river once again. For now, though, we really don't have much of anything going on with satellite and radar. Like I mentioned, we have some scattered showers up toward Perkins County, northern Ziebach County as well, but really not much else to write home about for now. Later this evening, however, and into the first part of your night, that may change. A marginal risk for severe weather, level 1, is in place in green for a majority of the viewing area, except for northwestern South Dakota, up around Belfouche, Bison, and Buffalo. We have a slight risk in yellow for the Mobridge and Aberdeen areas. This is level 2 out of 5. Wind and hail are the main concerns, but up toward the North Dakota border and then into North Dakota itself, there is that opportunity for an isolated spin-up tornado, so we will need to stay weather aware as we head through the rest of your day. Speaking of the rest of your day, we do have that chance for a couple of thunderstorms beyond that. Highs in the 70s to low 80s in southeastern and northeastern KELOLAND for that matter. Bit of a breeze out of the south at 10 to 20 miles per hour. But once you jump over the river, it gets warmer. 80s and some low 90s, also mainly dry in central and western KELOLAND. But if you really want the heat, just wait until next week. We'll talk about that coming up.
All right, thank you, Adam. A pair of Sioux Falls businesses are set to stuff the bus for local schools. Shields and Chick-fil-A Empire Place will square off in a friendly competition, collecting new school supplies to benefit the Sioux Falls School District.
They're looking for everything that is on that list that you can find at any of the retailers: pens, pencils, backpacks, water bottles, sweatshirts, I'm pretty sure on there. So really anything that your kid would need for back to school.
You're encouraged to drop off the items at either location between tomorrow and the end of July. The Powerball jackpot rose yet again to an estimated $1 billion after no winning ticket was sold for the latest drawing. No ticket for yesterday's drawing matched the white balls 5, 8, 9, 17, 41, and red Powerball 21. Ticket buyers have a chance at either $1 billion paid out in yearly increments or $516.8 million one-time lump sum before taxes. The last time someone won the Powerball jackpot was April 19th for a top prize of nearly $253 million. Now, South Dakota is one of the best states to win in if you're hoping to dodge the automatic tax withholdings on your lottery prize, with the exception of the federally required 24%. On the same day as a pretrial hearing is being held in former President Donald Trump's classified documents case, the current frontrunner for the 2024 GOP presidential nomination announced he was informed that he is the target of another Justice Department investigation. Christian Benavides reports from Fort Pierce, Florida.
Former President Donald Trump says he has received a letter informing him that he is a target of the Justice Department's investigation into efforts to undo the results of the 2020 presidential election. This comes the same day the first pre-trial conference is being held in connection with the federal case against him relating to his handling of classified documents. At issue is a 1980 law known as the Classified Information Procedures Act.
It's balancing national security concerns on the one hand and a defendant's due process concerns on the other hand.
The former president is facing 37 criminal counts, including the willful retention of national defense secrets in connection to documents at his Mar-a-Lago state. He was defiant after pleading not guilty.
We have a rigged country. We have a country that's corrupt.
The judge in the case, Eileen Cannon, issued an order last year granting Trump's request for a special master that was later overruled by a 3-judge appeals court.
A big question mark is whether Judge Cannon, who was appointed by former President Trump, will rule for the prosecution or the defense about when the trial should begin.
The prosecution has said, we want to go to trial in December. We want to do this quickly. And the defense has said, let's postpone this indefinitely.
The former president is the current frontrunner for the Republican presidential nomination. He wants the trial delayed until after the election. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Fort Pierce, Florida.
A spokesman for special counsel Jack Smith, whose office is leading the investigation, did not immediately return an email seeking comment regarding former President Trump's claim about the Target letter.